Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
I was thinking that. Actually, that makes more sense.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
If only 4 Zoomers and 4 fun were our 4th match of the day. Wouldn't that be great?
Man, that was a really good alliteration.
I was just
Can't rhyme for shit.
I mean, I was just being stupid. I am really good with alliteration. I'm really good at being stupid with that shit.
Team pick.
Maybe you should be stupid with
Enchantress.
Well, the thing is,
learn how fucking rhyme patterns.
I'm just stupid overall.
Radiant team pick.
So, you know, it just helps when you're always just stupid.
I'm going to stop praising you because you're just going to, you know, fucking
Because I'm just
talk down every fucking
stupid.
praise I give you.
Lil Nick Dota. Thank you, Lil Nick Dota, for the follow.
Nice.
I don't know who this is.
He's the guy that keeps claiming he's everyone's brother.
Ah, okay.
I remember him in chat.
Okay.
He keeps doing that. It's really fun.
Is it a bit?
5 seconds
I don't know.
remaining.
I don't know. He came back to when we were casting SCA. We keep going. It's like I am this guy's brother. I'm like, oh,
I think I remember this. All right. Hold on to your butt. I'm too excited now.
Dire team pick.
can I scream? No, can I can talk loud.
Ah! And it's 9 a.m. And it is a Saturday, but that should be fine.
Fuck off. Okay, don't be lazy.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hello, and welcome back for the last time today to the Voice of the Realm.
Second last time
seconds
today,
remaining.
indeed. We'll be back one more time. This is a best of 2. And hold on to your
5
butts.
seconds
Avo.
remaining.
We've got your team, your favorite, one of your favorites. I think it's fair to say you are a big fan of the Beastcoast roster. I think it's adorable.
Radiant
You like
team
him?
ban.
Beastcoast?
I mean, yeah, do I squeal like a little girl when they win games? Maybe. Does that mean I'm necessarily a fan? Undecided.
Undecided. We'll let you guys decide for yourselves here as we'll get underway with our draft for game number 1. Very excited to see these two
10
teams play each other. It's been a while since I've really casted Dota. I've had a whole 2 days off, you know,
5
how dare me?
seconds remaining.
How dare I? But more so than that, I've not casted Beastcoast in a little bit of time, so I'm really excited. I feel like it's I didn't get to cast them like the day before I went on break, and then it was just we haven't seen too much of them, so should be fun. And of course, Quincy crew, always a pleasure. I will say, especially it's relevant, and this is why I'm saying it. I'm not just saying this to flame anyone, but Yawar had some shaky performances on his carry, especially with particular relevance to the positioning on his carries. And on a hero like
Dire
Faceless
team
Void,
back.
really on any carry, right?
Radiant
Positioning is
team
almost always
back.
going to be key and most important. But I will say I'm concerned about it going into here. So hopefully maybe they've had a chance to look at some of the replays and see what went wrong in fights and kind of take another look at that, because I'd really like to see you are, you know, back on top. What do you mean? What, you seem to have a lot on your mind
10
here.
seconds.
you're
Dire
voting-
team
I'll reserve my
ban.
comments.
You're focused on holding onto your butt, is what I see.
I'm holding on to my comments right now. Beastcoast, the most fun part of watching Beastcoast is their draft. And here is, you know, here's something that I was surprised. I was actually got a chance the other day to talk to Omega Gaming, their captain. Because he came by my stream for whatever reason. Whatever,
10
nice guy.
seconds
That should be
remaining.
Panda.
Panda, yeah. And one thing that he told me when they were fighting against Quincy Crew, first of all, he told me they thought there was no way they were beating them, right? Which was very funny and very humble. He was very humble too.
They 2-0 them, by the way. 2-0 them.
One thing that he did tell me, which was, I was like, yeah, I can see your point, is that Quincy Crew did not ban any hero that they played. Any hero. They banned good heroes, but they didn't ban heroes that they played. And that was something that struck me. It's like, yeah, it is true. Like, how, like, is there, I don't know if it's a level of disrespect or it's if it's a level of confidence or whatever it is, but you are banning heroes that, like Dark Mago, for example, their mid, he was telling me, he plays 3 heroes and they banned none of them. You know, and it was very surprising. I started noticing that a lot of the games that they play, they let pass 1 or 2 big heroes. And here, particularly, that big hero is the Magnus. Every single team has banned Magnus on against Beastcoast as first ban because he's so strong. They play it as a flex. They play it in 3 positions, 4, 5, and 3, and he enables Hector. It's so strong on this team. And I'm surprised that Quincy Crew let him pass. Here, obviously, it's gonna be a 5 though, because you can see Earthshaker 4. Well, I mean, it's Beastcoast.
Are you? Yeah, I was about to say, are you so confident?
Yeah,
I remember the last time you said, I know my Beastcoast, and then they locked in something else.
Most likely it's Magnus 5, Venom 3, Earthshaker 4, and it's very similar to the last game they played actually, where they countered the Faceless Void with the same Venomancer. By the way, little tidbit, little inside information here that Washi told me that I have been practicing on Peru server for a while. They now feel much more comfortable with this, and they have better ping overall. The thing is, they just needed to practice for Stinger, who I believe is still in Mexico, or should be still in Mexico.
No, I didn't know.
With his family.
Interesting.
Anyway, so that's why they're actually playing a bit better these days, and you're actually seeing them go back to full form because they had a lot of practice sessions beforehand. In fact, even Hector was saying that what they lacked was a bit of discipline for these games. And that now they're starting to practice more regularly and stuff, so they're kind of back to their own.
By the way, it should be noted, Quincy Crew, you might notice they're pretty short on reserve time, and that is because they were issued a level 1 draft penalty. I believe at the bare minimum. I didn't quite see the chat before lobby launched.
It was the bare minimum.
But I believe it was the level 1 draft penalty, so they find themselves here with a little bit less draft reserve time, that is. That's the only thing it affects.
Okay, they get to give CCNC's Ember Spirit, incredible. Quinn is great with all the spirits, and usually a lot of teams will ban those spirits against them. Not Beast Coast, they don't seem to be afraid. To be honest, I've seen that Beast Coast, 9 out of 10 games, they'll sack Chris Luck and just go, good luck, Chris Luck. Trying to recover. Also, there's a little bit of a fight between these two. I don't know if you know.
Oh, wow. These two being Chris Luck and
CCNC
and Quinn. Okay.
Because they insulted each other in pubs, and then Chris Luck proceeded to beat them in a game, and then there was like, oh, Chris Luck was right, Quinn was wrong. And there's this little tiff going on.
There's a bit of beef.
There's a bit of beef. Yeah. I think he calls CNC stupid in a pub.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it is here. Chris Luck, we've
choked up because it's such a beautiful story.
Oliver, again, he's holding on to his butt so hard, and coughing. You know, what can we say? But that's interesting. It's always, whenever you get the inter-regional stuff, right? Especially in, the NA SA is a little bit unique. Where yes, Europe mostly also communicates in English, but you still have a big diversity, right, between Russian.
But in this case,
and
it wasn't that. It was 100% that Chris Luck and Hector, according to Flapjack, they don't take their pub seriously at all. And as he say, le cagan mi ranked. They destroy your rank. They make your rank really awful. People that take it more seriously, particularly in NA, really hate playing with or against them. Really.
I understand. Yeah.
So there's a lot of beef because of that.
But what I was going to say is that there's really... This might be just the American me talking. I'm sure Alvaro's going to be quick to criticize. But it's all English in NASA, right? Or like the very simple Spanish. That's it. English or Spanish. Whereas in Europe, English, German, French. Probably not that much French, right? A little bit of Spanish here and there.
I don't know.
A lot of Russian, though.
Europe,
some Swedish.
It's mostly Russian and English. I haven't heard any other language, to be honest.
Even though it's very different languages, right?
No, it's just those two, though. I've never heard any other.
And then here in SCA, right? It's very, very different as well, right? The smack talk is either going to be in Thai, Malay, English, Tagalog, Chinese. There's some all the different dialects of Chinese. Anyway, we got a draft. It's moving. So that's interesting. So keep that in mind when you're watching that mid lane matchup. Then Chris Luck.
It's going to be an exciting matchup.
Who knows, right? Of course, CCNC does stand for Calm, Cool, and Collected. So I assume maybe he's going to play it level-headed, not let it get to him. He's on a very probably the Ember Spirit, right? Could be the Viper.
I don't think he'll let it get to him. It's just to add more spice to the match for the viewers, right?
Hey,
these players are professional after all.
They are professional. There's a lot of money on the line. Both wanting to get into the upper bracket, right? Give yourself the best chance. There's no reason to really ruin your odds here. Yep. But you never know. Sometimes it does make a difference, right? If someone's going to be a little bit flashier in the mid lane, if they're going to chase a kill a little bit more, it's these things that they could make very, very small differences in their decision making. We're not going to see anything crazy. They're not going to be like all chatty, and they're not going to be like doing anything like
Beastcoast
that.
might.
Radiant
Well,
team back.
Not all chatting like, you know, mean, just all chatting because they're having fun. They always do
yeah,
this. They like smack talking.
Pretty much.
Talk about the draft a bit. Beastcoast, they let their Magnus, which allowed them to pick up an Ursa, which we have seen a couple times on Beastcoast, this combination particularly. Really good against Faceless Void because you can rage around the Chrono, or you can even go for Ags later on if you have to deal with it. They have very little stuns on Quincy crew, and Ursa dispels the one good stun you have, or one good disable, which is the Searing Chains. Very good.
Yep.
But Quincy crew's response is also a very good one. They realize that Viper offlane is not just good against the Spectre, but also really good against Ursa, because Viper Strike is undispellable. So
Yeah.
you're going to slow him down no matter what, even if he uses the Enrage. So that Viper also will have a good lane against him.
I want to say not only that, but another Toxin Silence. We're thinking late game. We're thinking late game in case
Well, I
it
mean,
goes there.
even early, right? Because it breaks the passive.
Breaks the passive, but not only that, right?
10
Ursa
seconds
Eggs is considered, it's just so freaking strong, especially against a Faceless Void late
Especially
game.
late.
5
Yeah, you
seconds
always will,
remaining.
because you just, Bear is stuck in time, right? Has no concept. He's basically hibernating. He can still roar in the middle of a Chrono. Not if he's silenced.
It's true.
Not if he's silenced.
Goes against lore so much.
It literally does. Ursa just goes, and then
Stop any hero from doing any actions except
except Bear.
an angry bear.
He will roar. Yeah, so, I mean, what are you going to do, right? But if you're silenced, actually, because Chrono doesn't actually silence you.
No.
It just kind of makes you,
That's why more-
you just can't act.
No, that's the only example that I could use, really. It's really just a bear. Yeah. So the Nether Toxin will really help there to make sure that the Enrage doesn't come out. And the silence does work on the Enrage, unless Ursa uses BKB beforehand, which then you start to get into really complicated executions.
Yeah, and then we start, Doctor Strange looking at the timelines. But, like, hey, it's potentially very strong against
They
the
need,
Ursa.
they need a pause for left. Marana's still in the pool. I actually like the Marana a fair amount. Marana with Void is really good. Marana with Ember
Yeah.
Spirit's really good. They have a really solid Marana here. So like player. I mean, I'm Quincy crew. So yeah, why not? I think the Marana's pretty good.
We could go for a bit of save, though. I mean, on a position 4, unlikely. You already drafted the Ench. It's just we have so much strong team fight. Oh, okay, that's different.
Okay, so they want to play around with the flex of Ember Void because obviously Beastcoast has the last pick, and you have flex Ember Void, and with the Void Spirit, you also open up the flex of Viper Void Spirit. So if you actually give him a really good lane to the Viper, they'll also go that. Obviously, Void Spirit doesn't want to go offlane against the Ursa,
10
but
seconds
it
remaining.
depends on how Beastcoast wants to draft this. Options are always
Just to be clear, because you're sometimes just
5
saying Void.
seconds
Faceless
remaining.
Void is 100% in the safe lane.
sorry, Void Spirit.
Void Spirits.
Void Spirit.
Yeah.
Flex is Void Spirit. Ember.
Yeah,
and
I know what you're talking about. Just want to make it extremely clear.
Faceless Void is not flex unless you're Neon Esports.
The purple one, the purple one is going to make me mid.
The one with eyes, though. The one with eyes. Purple and eyes.
Purple and eyes. That's how we're going to talk about him. Beastcoast then 8 seconds to decide here. They've got a bit of flexibility as well. I reckon.
I think they might run the Earthshaker mid.
Yeah, I reckon they need an offlaner then, or just some sort of
I'm telling you,
support.
dude, this team is crazy. What are they
Okay.
gonna do? Are they? What is their position? I think it might be the. Actually, not sure. About 5 maybe. And then Magnus 4 or Shaker mid.
I think they're. Oh wait, you don't see what your enemies lock in anymore.
Well, not until they lock it. Oh,
No, you don't see it. No, you don't see it at all. Actually,
okay.
It's-
So yeah, Earthshaker mid. All right.
Earthshaker
This
mid.
time I did know my Beast Coast. Oh, but they're actually gonna play. Wow, Ursa
Wow.
4 and Hector on the 1. Okay, so carry Abaddon is something that Hector's done many times. It's something that Arteezy has even commented on. Yeah, Arteezy actually tried to carry Abaddon. He went literally, I quote, "How the fuck does Hector farm on this hero?" It was incredible. I love that clip, and it's actually a really solid pick. He goes with the Manta style, the Radiance. It's a good way to make sure Viper's not that impactful. You still have the power of the Ursa against the Void, particularly in lane. And against the Enchantress. Hector is going to farm really quickly because of the Magnus anyway. And it's a good response to the Viper. And I love the Earthshaker because no matter what you put mid, Ember Spirit or Void Spirit, you're still going to get punished by the Earthshaker. He still should be able to outfarm you or at least tie with you, depending on how aggressive they play it. Wow. Yes, Beastcoast. This is why I watch this team, dude. They draft something, you thought you knew what they were drafting. It's like reading a book, right? And you think you're reading an English book, and all of a sudden, then you turn the page, you're like, oh, it's in Chinese. I had no fucking clue.
Yeah, that's it perfectly, succinctly exactly what Beastcoast is like. Alvaro, you can see he's barely holding on to his butt over here. So excited.
So excited. I
He's
love these
very
games,
excited.
dude.
Yeah, so the safe lane, I'm curious though, what do you build on it? Do you go stats, maybe a halberd? Oh yeah,
Radiance into the
Radiance.
Manta style. Did you know that Manta style, if one illusion it procs, like hits, that sets up the timer for the Cursor of Avernus, and then the other ones will actually proc it. So if I hit with the Baton, right, and I start Cursor of Avernus, the second illusion will be the second hit for the Cursor of Avernus, and the other illusion will be the third hit.
Yeah, they all have the passive.
Yeah, but they stack the same passive though. Like if you, for example, have Ursa Fury Slips, they won't stack.
Yeah, I know. Oh, so I know this because I'm an avid player. Yeah,
Right,
I know this.
Well, a lot of people don't know.
Okay,
this,
okay, so you can actually stack
So the
it.
Manta style is really useful for him because you can get Curse of Avernus in a matter of seconds.
Could be a good blink game. You can always free to blink on this hero, basically, because you don't take damage. Anyway, got a short little message from our sponsor before we get underway with game number 1 of our Best of 2 series. Make sure you guys hold on to your butts. And I don't know what... I don't know, dude. Just give us a follow us on Twitch because there's no lich.
He can't rhyme. He can't. Why? Read a poem.
I can't do it.
Fucking
No poems have rhymes in them. First of all.
poems don't have rhyme.
Thirty seconds to battle.
I don't know. I don't know. It's unfortunate that the radio host, Mr. Richard Garcia, cannot rhyme. I don't know. I feel like Walt Whitman beat him at some point or something. Yeah, right? Well, how can you do one rhetorical device but not the other? That's my question, right? Oh my god. It's not even a rhetorical device, that's the worst part. It's a manipulative technique. Don't get it confused, don't get it twisted. Anyway, let's see how these lanes go for them. I really like the Abaddon pick. I thought it was a really smart idea. Particularly good, especially against the Ember support, actually. Really, really good there. And up top, look at that. Stinger, Skewer level 1. And this is what I like to see in 5 Magnuses, right? Playing much more with a Skewer, playing much more with the repositioning, the team fight ability you have, not so much being just an empowering person. That's not really great.
First blood.
First blood!
You're not supposed to in this lane. You're only supposed to survive and farm decently enough, because the Empower will allow you to farm much better in the mid game anyway. Your only hope is that, I mean, if they make a mistake, yeah, you punish them, that's it. You're not supposed to win, like, you're not supposed to destroy the lane here. The only idea is that Abaddon will always secure farm because he's a really strong laner. You'll see how powerful he is in the mid game though, honestly. But if he goes for the typical build of Radiant's Manta style, he's going to be really strong. If not, he seems to be going for the Echo Saber. It seems fine to me too. Schofield though, in the bottom lane, he's in trouble as you are chasing after him. He uses a little jump. Wow, really jumped a huge distance this Schofield. Yeah. Jacob does have a fair amount of damage. Yeah, Abaddon also brings damage. Just wait and see, you know. I think when it's a pick that becomes a comfort pick for you in a team, like one time it can be a trial, but when you start doubting a comfort pick for a team that they've won a lot on, I'm not telling you, but I'm telling the chat, which I already see some of the comments here, it's partly because you don't know the team or you don't understand why it's good, right? I don't know what the purpose of the 4 Ursa is, though. That one I'm not gonna... That one I've never seen on Beastcoast, and I don't really want to sell, because that one is not great. Besides that, though, I mean, they do have still a solid lane down bottom with the Venno, so it's not that much of a concern. But obviously, I will question what this 4 Ursa will do this game. Complexity did used to run it a couple of times back in the day when Kyle was on that team, so, I don't know. It's an NA staple.
It's just not fair.
Yawar might die, too. Limits up top. He actually might die here. They do get the silence now. Oh, what? I miscalculated. Never mind. I'm stupid at math, I guess. I thought it was a 3.
Where are you going?
That was really odd. I thought that it was gonna be.
Just.
Yeah, it's a Venno. I mean, he doesn't have to. He just doesn't run away, right? Venno kind of stays, and he prays that he kills you before he dies. That's what Venno does. That's his goal. He's very similar to Oracle, for example, in that sense. You don't have any mobility in the offlane. Void Spirit, middle, yeah. He had a haste rune though. Not playing. Crystalk for now is actually doing decently in this lane. Void Spirit was a really good choice here to counter the potential Earthshaker made. In fact, they read that perfectly, because Earthshaker would destroy the Ember, but Void Spirit has the shield. Remembers an impulse to guard him against these hits, and that's why Quinn can play so aggressively with his haste rune. He still has to assimilate as well, but under tower you don't want to go, so they're gonna let him.
Leads to riches. Gold and sweet.
Don't run off.
My fault. Surrender.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Odd play. As the Baron, the biggest thing is securing your lane. You don't have kill potential. You gotta... Okay, but at least bottom they force you out of the lane. Or yeah. That's a bit of a win there. At least both carries are being annoyed, and a Baron will have the buff from the Magnus. He's still firing much more. Oh, mid lane, Chris Luck. Ursa's nearby. Let's see what 4 Ursa can do. Wow, wow, amazing. Schofield did so much there. Now with the overpower, annoying Void Spirit a bit. Chris Luck might fall here. They lack the damage. Quinn's out of mana.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Double damage.
Where are you going?
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That was, I think, his question over the 4 Ursa. I mean, obviously didn't draft the 4 Ursa, right? It was not meant to be that. I was pretty sure there was going to be a carry and they saw the Viper. Like, okay. That's what Beastcoast tends to do. But the 4 Ursa is really weak against Enchantress because you can just dispel the overpower. So the big source of your damage early, which should be the overpower, is completely nullified. That's why Schofield is still level 2. But I've seen Schofield play weirder heroes, so I just want to see what he does in the mid game. Back when I saw Complexity play this, was a long time ago, Ursa could actually jungle, and he just went jungle and came back with like a decent amount of damage. But nowadays, the idea of jungling is gone, so it's not really valid anymore. And you still do more damage with that than Fury Swipes. It's still 3 attacks in quick succession. I know, but like, you know, it's better than Fury Swipes because you're never gonna reach the enemy heroes. I don't know if it's a value point, honestly. You kind of need to put 2 value points in Fury Swipes, and then at that point you're maxing Fury Swipes. Abaddon might die top. He needs 9 more seconds. I don't think he's gonna get them. Hector, he needs 2 more seconds for the shield, but it's not gonna be in time. Well played, Quinn there, using the Astral Step in time. And that it loses one of the biggest assets of the Abaddon carry, of course, which is your laning stage. If you don't win that, it does feel like a bit of a loss, but of course, Beastcoast, they have good people to create space. The Earthshaker also did not dominate mid as much as he was hoping for. I still have hope. I think people are too quick to shit on the draft.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant
Oh no,
structures
he got the courier. There we go, Schofield. Use the overpower, dude. Run! No. Then they see Schofield, he's like, well, into the trees I go. Okay, oh no, this is the wrong tree. There we go, there we go. And the creep follows him, TP. Schofield will save himself.
Wounded to my heart.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He needs to obviously just stay with Hector the whole time and help him farm. Abaddon can really go out of control, especially towards the mid game. He has a really strong power spike, and he's really good against the Void, right? That's another reason why they picked it. What? Yeah. No, particularly. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's more about the Void. That's the reason why they pick it. No, they played it without Magnus a couple times. They still won with it, right? The thing is, Magnus opens up your pool of heroes, so you can actually use any carry, much more viable.
Bounty.
Yeah. 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 Well, as people joke about Hector, he was born with a Midas in hand, right? He doesn't need to buy it because he's just really good at farming. With the Empower, of course, that I even boost up and farming even further. And they are going to be able to beat the Void, but the problem is not the Void right now, but rather his team. Yawar goes in, hoping to kill Whisper. That should be an easy kill on Whisper. Even with his mechanism, Whisper will fall. Schofield not really sure what to do with his Ursa. He's like, guys, okay. He has Echo, I believe, now already completed, or should have it on his courier. Yep. Okay, so that's going to make a bit of a threat if you want to play a bit aggressively, and then he'll go for the typical Radiance build. He also loves the Heaven's Halberd a lot. He might not go for Manta this game straight up, because you need to be playing a bit quicker here.
Dire's top
for now, Whisper should also be... I mean, Whisper's the master of creating space and pushing lanes, which is why he goes to the most dangerous lane, which is the mid lane. Very smart here, and puts pressure. Even though Whisper dies a bunch of times, you need recovery both on your Earthshaker and on your Abaddon.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Okay, let's see how this works out for them. They have Echo Slam as well. This will be the first Echo Slam of the game. They want to kill something more valuable. They're looking for the Void. It's not a bad idea, because Echo Slam should set up nicely. Oh, they don't have RP. Okay, I don't know if you can kill him, actually. You might be lacking damage, but you have good stuns.
Under attack.
Double damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice, okay. That's what you should be doing with the Abaddon, of course, carry, taking advantage of the fact that you can push towers really quickly. But we need Chris Luck to start creating space right now, and he hasn't just yet. Oh, with the Echo Slam up top. I don't know if they can kill Quinn in time. No, it's... You should have fissured there. That was odd. He took a second to fissure, or a second to enchant Totem as well. You want to Echo Slam hit, ideally enchant hit, but he took like a second to doubt himself for some reason. At least you kick the Void Spirit out of the lane, but Quinn doesn't care.
Where are you going?
No Quinn. Nice Echo. That's the power of the Echo. Yep.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, look at that body block.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Nice Corona.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yep, it is a weird fight. That was just Hector chasing after a hero for far too long, and they got punished for it properly by Quincy crew. But now you're starting to see that Abaddon is really hard to fight him early, especially if he's the guy that's the main damage dealer, because you don't know what to do. He has no power time, however. They should be a bit more careful with that, saving Schofield here for a second, but he messed up with the Aphotic Shield timing. I didn't dispel that special mark. Now, silencing and killing off the Ember. Support for support, 4 for 4. Schofield's meant to die anyway. Yeah, not bad. Let's add a really easy lane, of course, of Viper. As I said, there's no way the Abaddon is killing you. You were just really supposed to annoy the Abaddon in the lane. That was as best you could, and Abaddon was supposed to farm. Well, no, so that was kind of it. Once you get Heaven's Halberd though on Abaddon, I actually wouldn't mind if you got Heavens before you completed the Radiance, but I know Hector likes to farm, so I would be very surprised that would happen. Sanjay though is fantastic to give you a bit more tank ability, and will also help you with the borrowed time. As it stands now, Quincy crew, they're just profiling themselves to be quite much stronger, particularly because they're canceling Crystok's farm. I think if you pick up a mid Earthshaker, you want a really good matchup, and the Void Spirit was a good cancel to that. That was all a good read by Quincy crew though, with that Void Spirit pick end. It was really smart. They actually got Beast Ghosted. Like, Beast Ghost got Beast Ghosted. Because they're like, oh no, 4 Ember, haha! And then, yep, the matchup goes to hell.
Is dust we are king, but never equals.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Killing Quinn, worth it. That's pretty good. Hector continues to push the bottom lane. They want to take the tower as well. Oh, or is the Enchantress gone? Oh, Skewer, RP, bring SVG back, but Stinger might still die. They actually corner him just to murder him. SVG will be untouchable, survives a fair amount. Finally, Abaddon gets the kill, but in exchange for a Whisper, that's not really worth it. The Poison Oak comes out though, and Abaddon realizes he has to leave. He doesn't want to fight any longer if his teammates are dead. I mean, they're getting good solo kills and stuff, but the team fights is just not working because the team fight for Quincy crew is so much more powerful.
You didn't want that.
Exactly. Enrage.
Radiant's
Exactly, that's one of the strengths. I mean,
Thunder
the Ursa was a good pick earlier. Oh. Well, Schofield's meant to waste time, right? So he's wasting the time of Quinn right now with that, which is a decent play. The issue, though, is that that's all Schofield can do. There's not much teamfight potential to this Ursa. I don't know if he will ever recover. Because when I saw, again, Complexity play it, they did farm a lot on him. When EG played the support Ursa 4, which they did as well one game, it was all for the Roche control, right? They had ideas behind it. But this support Ursa was much more like, we gotta flex it or we'll lose the lane. So there's no other option. The Ursa cannot be our carry.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Earth, take you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom
For now,
tower
Quincy
under
crew is
attack.
doing exactly what the lineup should be doing. Farming every single hero, taking advantage of the fact that they're not playing a 4 Protect 1 lineup, which unfortunately with the Abaddon, that's kind of how it seems like they want to play. And they're taking pickoffs and teamfights ideally, right? They're not looking for solo kills because that's harder for them. It's much easier to do all 5-on-5 engagements. So they push a tower and they go, yeah, Beastcoast, fight us. Though Chris Luck, that play, questionable. He heals himself, might help him out, but he's still in trouble. The TP, they're gonna be able to cancel it just by killing him. Chris Luck, you should not be farming this unsafest lane there, unfortunately. And of course, he'll fall because of that.
Gotcha.
Times 3. It fills me with nothingness.
Mine.
Yep.
Bounty, which my matriarch will
It really is. It's just the slows and time wasting. I think Schofield's making the best out of it, to be honest, but yeah. Yeah, exactly. When Stinger tells him, Schofield, vas a jugar Ursa 4, and then he just starts crying on stream. Abaddon already, or should have his Radiance with his next creep wave, maybe with an extra camp. Then that'll be the first turning point for Beastcoast. Let's see if they can take a fight after that. Because Quincy crew until now is enforcing 5-on-5 engagements. They very intelligently went for a Midas on Yawar. Really smart to match Hector's farm. Oh, Schofield. It's a Schofield. Yeah. The Yule Scepter used on the support for so, you don't really need him for the fight, honestly. Like, he's dead, it is fine, as long as you're farming on the Abaddon. Yeah, you don't. That Radiance is quite powerful. Of course, you can't fight alone, though, which is why Quinn is trying to catch the backline Stinger. They have an RP, but it's... Oh, Quinn! He's too quick on his feet, and he'll be able to get away with Hector just guarding next to the high ground, so his team can help him. They might go for SVG, but SVG is too hard to kill. Considering, of course, to go for Roche, that's one of the few advantages this Ursa will provide you. Yeah.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This is what I mean, right? That's what your only job is to waste time, and it's kind of working. It's kind of working. Quincy crew should maybe not go for you, to be honest. They see you as a free kill, and they shouldn't. Ignore him. Well, because I guess if you don't ignore him, he can just overpower and like start Fury swiping you. You have to kill him relatively early, but it's just so easy to do. I don't know. We'll see now in initiation. We don't have borrowed time though on the abandoned big Dio Fisher now to stop him. Well played, Chris Lock, but Quinn doesn't seem to care. Hector doesn't have anything to protect himself with. He's going to fall. In comes Chris Lock, kills off MSS, but that's a support brother. You want the core brother. Lelis still out of mana, but has plenty of HP. And Stinger just trying to find kills here. Finally, support Ursa joins the fray. He has the urn, he has the spirit vessel actually. Oh my god, actually a lot of farm on Schofield. Jump on Quinn, go and murder him. Look, he even activates the empower, or the overpower, sorry. Will do absolutely nothing. Enrages, now he wants to cry. Schofield, unfortunately, will not get the kill. Impressive how much time he's wasting. Yeah.
No cost.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Come on, sprites.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Well, I mean, I think it was good to pop it early, but like then don't go for the Roshan when the borrow time is on cool. That's one of your best assets and carry about it. Yeah. Old Yeller. What? Yeah, don't feel bad though. Schofield chose to be on this team. He knew the risks of when Stinger drafts. And you know, sometimes you play this, sometimes they give you the Ursa Spirit. It's okay. Don't concern this pick. The whole point of this pick was to avoid the Ursa versus Viper lane, which was honestly the smart choice here. Because they should have banned the Viper. That was the one mistake of the draft, I will point out. But Hector can still carry this back in if he just plays better on the burn time. They have to kind of acknowledge that your team fight is all around Hector, and you have to play around his timings more than anything. No, he does not want to fight Yawar. They just want to slow them down because Hector, I don't know if this game, yeah, okay, BKB is a good way to have a second save, right? He's not going to go for the Manta this game, which makes it harder to get the silence, but he does have a fair amount of attack speed. I would like it if he completed Heaven's Halberd though. I find that Heaven's Halberd would be so useful this game.
Tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
We're in our peaks. Oh, what a good BKB.
Your page in history ends.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I'm very surprised they didn't actually chase after him. The battle just left back. I guess because they were, I don't know, not sure. They thought they hit TP much sooner. Anyway, that could have been much worse team fight, to be honest, for Beastcoast. The buyback on Earthshaker is not great, but they at least defend their towers. And again, all that matters is Hector here. Let's see what happens once Hector gets that BKB. Can he fight then? And the Silver Edge, maybe. Maybe the Silver Edge is the turning. I don't know what the turning point is for Abaddon anyway. Yeah, it was pretty impressive RP, but the Yule center right afterwards to cancel the skewer was very smart as well. Who's the Yule's on? The Emperor, of course. That was it. Oh, you think it was Quinn's? Okay. mean, Quincy's also playing this game. I mean, we've got him Beastcoast because obviously this weird lineup has a lot to talk about. But Quincy's been playing a really good game here. Very stable with the Chronos. Yawar, when we saw them against Omega, for example, not the best Chronos many times. I think they mess up a fair amount. But this time, really consistent with their team fights. They're playing around the enemy team ultimates. They're playing around their own ultimates. And Quinn is popping off as per usual in his Void Spirit. That's why you should have maybe banned the spirits for Quinn. Not much like Quinn did not, or Quincy did not much respect Omega and didn't do any respect bans. Beastcoast should have done the same against Quincy crew, right? It was the right choice. Yep. And then the other factor about how Quincy crew is particularly playing this, the Midas particularly, right, is that if you go for Midas, I actually think it's better than Battlefield in terms of DPS and your Chronos. So you can fight a bit earlier. Yeah, Lelis could die here. They have Chrono though. They have Chrono. They're thinking about it. Oh, the Finch stops the Chrono from coming out, and that's enough time to kill Lelis. Yawar, he doubted a bit too much. Gets Chrono. Yeah, does get Chris Luck. Valuable. Has Yule Scepter. If he just survives a bit barely enough, won't get it in time. Hector now chasing after him. Yawar was forced to BKB himself. Hector still preserving both BKB and the Radiance. We don't have a buyback though on Chris Luck, and there's a buyback on Lelis. Hector going for the hardest target, SVG. The Echo Saber will guarantee the silence, but it's such a difficult target to kill. And you actually pump BKB just for the support, Hector. That's not how you're supposed to play, Hector. SVG will die finally, but Hector's forced to retreat. He has nothing to dispel this finally against the Aphotic Shield, but look at Quinn, keeping him at bay. Yawar even joins. Hector has a nothing here. No BKB, no Pyro time, and no HP. They might even find Whisper, but they won't. They had Yule Scepter ready. Was a bit too much. No, he was dying. Today, the other casters have been really flamey, huh? It's really have been flamey. Okay. It's not really us, actually. We're quite nice. Did you hear what I said about this draft, dude? I said it was the best thing ever. Like, how is that playing?
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah. You know what they say right here? If Hector's over there, just don't follow the bear, right? And just wait and go for Hector instead. Thank you, thank you. The Abaddon is the only hero for Beastcoast, so as long as he dies, that's all that matters, and the rest of the team should be covering him. But honestly, what I like about Yawar is that he understands, if you kill Chris Luck in the Chrono, right? You're not gonna kill Hector in the Chrono. If you kill Chris Luck in the Chrono, you take away the biggest team fight and their biggest counter initiation. Because Stinger is a support Magnus. Like, he is mustering some really good RPs, but honestly, you're limited, right? Yeah.
Hard unseen.
Yeah. Exactly.
Then we can meet.
Oof. Yeah. Oh, he got Silver Edge. Now you can finally kill the SVG like you wanted this whole time. Why is SVG such a... Like, why do you hate him so much? Stop going for him. You've lost Whisper. You've lost Stinger. Hector. Man, he's a support. I know that... He gets BKB, yes. He's fighting till the end, though, because he knows he can fight with his BKB. Now realizing maybe not so much. The BKB on Yawar got pumped. Okay. Schofield from behind. I think the Ursa, like they picked Ursa support and their whole mind went whack, and Hector keeps thinking this Enchantress is not support or something. Because beyond the fact that their draft is a bit odd and it might not be working, he keeps going for the Enchantress. I think SVG might have just ruined one of his pubs or something. Watch him Silver Edge and go back for SVG just again. Yes. For SVG. Like his name spells savage. This guy's got to do something. I mean, he's playing the Enchantress. Is too good. Oh wait! Look at this play. He's going in again. Who's he gonna find? Okay, Lelis. I'm okay. No. Oh no, he has Lelis. That's the right play. But he has Hurricane Blank. Time to kill SVG again. He's going in just with BKB. He doesn't care. He's gonna murder Lelis. Nice BKB by Lelis. He can't Echo Saber any longer. He starts borrowing time as the Silver Edge himself away. And as Choco points out, he had BKB the whole time. Yep, there we go. Hector healing in another toxin. Taking a little bath from the poison. Say what you will about this draft, but this is one of the more entertaining games you get, dude. Hector, oh, look at this! Look at this! He's going for SVG! Just tried to break him and murder him. Hector just has no chill. Has to kill the support. He will accomplish his magnum opus. SVG might finally die. No, SVG will survive. RP on the Viper. Hector sees a better target, but they're in the middle of this fight. Yawar's BKB. Whisper's already down. We don't have Chrono though. They kill Stinger really quickly. They finish off Whisper as well. Hector finds a better target than Assist, but it's not going to be enough. As an Echo Slap now stuns Yawar. Can they kill him in the process? They can't. It's all because SVG's alive. SVG is stopping this fight. Look at that impetus damage. He's too strong. Someone murder the Enchanters. It's impossible. A team wipe. This is the best game. I love this team. It's a game. You're supposed to have fun. I think people don't. You're not laughing at Beastcoast here. It's just they drafted decently. They forgot to ban the Viper. The Viper came out. They had to put the Ursas in a 4, and this game became a bit of a wacky game. The Madden carry was not a bad idea, to be honest, for this game. But the reality of it is if a Madden carry is going to chase the Enchanters for the rest of the game, it's going to be really difficult to win it. I mean, it's the easiest hero to kill, and I kind of see that, but you're in a Baron. You don't have any magical... I mean, you have a bit of magical damage, right? Enchantress is... He's shooting that Essence Ring to bait you in further. Yeah. Yeah.
Radiant are scanning. Dire structures are fortified.
Now, this game wasn't over from the start. They just need to have a better team fight organization here. They made a couple blunders here. Whisper again. Really good chrono here by Yawar. Catching... You gotta catch either Chris Luck or Whisper. Now Hector with a Silver Edge wants to surprise Yawar. He just wants to get the silence off, actually punish Yawar, but he's lacking the damage. Borrowed time though will save him. Nice Ether Remnant. He couldn't dispel it in time. Well played there, Quinn. Saving your carry again.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Now it's a bit too late though. Quincy crew has a better late game to begin with. Your 4 Protect 1 is not going to work this late into the game, and they have really good team foot as well. Right, the Beastcoast makes you enjoy Dota. Shit on them all you want. I don't care, dude. They always provide entertainment. Shadow Blade, yeah, to initiate better. They can still win this if they get a beautiful RP Echo Slam, right? They have force, like major force ultimates, and they can turn this around and they just get the team fight of their lives. Now that's really difficult to do, but it is possible for Beastcoast. That's why they keep hold their hopes up.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
All right. Who has, I mean, Hector's Ninja Gear will help him at least cut lanes a bit with the Radiant. That's a technique that we've seen the PA use with their Blur as well. Not a bad idea. He's actually farming still crazy well. I mean, it's incredible. They've been losing this game for forever, and they still are actually kind of even with Hector. He has Minotaur Horn as well. No, for Abaddon. He has borrowed time though. He has borrowed time. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Oh no, they don't cancel it. Oh, the real problem there was Enchantress nearby. Nectar had to doubt. He's like, should I TP or should I just kill SVG again?
Never refuse school, given.
At the loving it, loving it. And again for a whisper. Oh no, Krishna, come on. Yeah, you gotta control yourself, dude. You gotta. It's Hector. You're enjoying this too much. Look at the skewer. RP. There's not BKB. Hector is lacking the damage though now. Borrowed time OP popped. It's not gonna be good enough. Look, Jawar is just tanking way too much. He actually has Witless Shaco now, so it's impossible to deal with him. And Hector, you start to fall off, dude. Even with your Minotaur Horn. Why are these casters flaming him? Stop. He knows what to play. Hector has the Minotaur Horn, but he's gonna fall regardless. Krislak has to get away with a Shadow Blade, but unfortunately, Quinn will predict it. That's for my pup, says Quinn.
The moment you were born.
Dire's middle barracks. Radiant victory.
It was a tough game to play, and I think that, as you mentioned, if you play that game with this kind of
Team ban. Radiant team ban.
I'm just scared of the game.
the end. Like it wasn't.
Alicia's the right bet.
Like I think I was on the money there when I was like, none of the heroes just work together.
No.
Unfortunately.
I mean, you were right, but I think I think your phone was definitely a problem. I don't think that works even in under.
I don't know. I'm not convinced. I think they can make it work. I think the slow can be good, especially with the Venom in the
Dire
lane.
team pick.
I think it's just
Faceless Void.
shit. This game.
All right, you want to go?
Yeah. Ready? Yeah. Well, that's the first time you've ever asked me.
It's my Beastcoast game.
It is.
Es mi costa de bestias.
Okay, sorry, I had a burp. 3,
Fuck was that?
2, 1.
10 seconds remaining.
Hello, and welcome back to The Voice of the Realm,
5 seconds
your
remaining.
nightly podcast. This time for the last time, right?
This time
Is the last time.
for the
yes.
last time, for the 8th and final time tonight. We're going to be coming back here to the radio desk before we throw it to our casters. What a draft there for game number 1. Position 4, Ursa Warrior.
A roller coaster of a game in the draft. Well, no, the game was not a roller coaster. The game was more of a free fall. But
yeah,
the draft was definitely a roller
the draft was more of a, but you know, it's what it is.
Yes, we got soundboards now.
We got,
I was excited, boy.
We got a soundboard.
We finally made it to the 70s, boys.
We're in the 70s in terms of radio shows. You know, I sent you a PM on Discord about getting like some transition stingers, like radio style. We'll see. I might have those for next time.
Don't tell me on stream, you.
It might be fun.
Well, anyway,
Might be fun. You know,
this
we
is
got to get the viewers to come back.
Beastcoast and Quincy crew.
Yes.
Despite what our score said, Beastcoast did not win game number 1.
They did not.
They won it in our hearts.
It was
though.
close.
It was an enjoyable game.
Really close.
I enjoyed the game very much. I think when you watch one of those games with the Beastcoast, you kind of have to throw your arms in the air and go, ah! Yeah, sure.
You know what the problem was, and I think it was Choco. He had it right. It was that one time someone died without using Juan, and if they did that differently,
Choco is such a toxic caster these days, dude. He just keeps pointing out like Juan, sorry, Essence Ring.
Choco, by the way, the Spanish casters.
Yes.
It's not really a bug, but for some reason in Dota 2, if you ping something and you're in a broadcast channel, everyone else that is in a broadcast channel also gets the ping. I know. I'm telling the viewers.
Oh, okay.
Because I think we're probably, obviously we know all the spectator bugs for Valve, but I think people, when have they ever joined the broadcast?
That's why it's actually considered unprofessional.
Yeah,
Not that we care. But it's considered unprofessional to ping items or to chat or anything like that. It's usually frowned upon because that way you have the image clean.
Yeah.
But because this broadcast is made by 4D, which has a Spanish cast, there's a bit more leeway. We're trying to go for more casual.
We're at their mercy.
I was okay, sure. I was gonna say that. They're good buddies with us. They're really good people, honestly.
Yeah, they
took us a laugh.
They are.
He helped me with my first major.
I'm sure he's just having a laugh at that one. But yeah, obviously the biggest problem there for Beastcoast was SVG's Enchantress and Quincy Crew. They're gonna go ahead and ban it here. It's the first ban overall in the entire draft. Don't worry, guys. We'll ban it for you.
Oh, we realized they still let the Magnus pass. So okay, so now I see the draft. I'm saying Quincy Crew. They are just thinking that Magnus is not so strong for Beastcoast, so they're just thinking that they can beat it. I saw Quincy Crew much stronger this game though than usually. I think the one win kind of put them back on track. It's hard to gauge because what the hell was that game, but yeah, I think they are still back on track though because I didn't see them make any mistakes really. Quinn was on point, he popped off. Yawar was really on point with his Void. Mind you, it was much more of a Quincy Crew draft, which is something I haven't done recently these days, right? Sometimes it's just hard to accept that. Like you have comfort picks. You want to draft the best draft possible, especially if you're a good drafter. And the Quincy Crew has really good draft most of the time, right? All the players talk about how difficult it is to draft against, particularly MSS, because he has so much. Or SVG or MSS, I don't actually know who of them. I think they just talk it all. I think it's SVG. But he has such a good experience. I mean, both players have such good experience. They play together for forever. They understand a lot of compositions. It's like having to play chess against a grandmaster. They know all the openings, right?
Like Winter.
Yes. And
he's not GM actually. Sorry.
He's not. But the Quincy Crew. Because of that, they always had really solid drafts, and sometimes it hurts that you have to draft worse just because you want to pick comfort picks. It's not a weakness though in your team though. The best teams in the world have won, particularly the comfort picks, like OG or Liquid. They all won with comfort picks, right? So while having a varied pool of heroes is good, and Quincy Crew definitely has that.
Mind Control Tidehunter, he loves the hero.
Right, for example.
Oh, that was a joke. Remember, he did not want to play Mind.
Amazing. He's great. He's so good at it.
I mean, he's pretty darn good, but he was not enjoying it that particular TF.
I just meant that like they go for picks they can play.
So
Universe also hated Darkseer, and he was great at it. It's not about what you would like. It's about what you're good at.
Oh, Universe.
Yeah.
What was the memes? We only pick him green heroes, Venomancer, who's an offlaner. Might have been Mind Control again.
I don't know. Universe is the purple heroes.
I know Universal's purple heroes. I remember that.
And the joke was like, he's the most underrated offlaner ever. Even though he wins Tiat, he's the most underrated offlaner. Nobody except for every single caster, a Reddit thread, and person is talking about him.
Or anyone that has ever quoted an esports statistic for like a school speech, because at one point he was actually the highest paid esports player in the entire world. Actually,
that's true.
And yeah, so I was a big fan of Universe, dude. Really, I really got sad.
If you weren't the big fan of Universe because you weren't the fan of Dota, dude.
I got really sad when
the guy was a fun.
No, I know, but I've got like I was my first TI. Oh my god, at any team won. Yeah. So
what a youngster.
Real soft spot for that guy.
There's also Zoomers versus Boomers in the Dota world, huh?
You're not really a boomer though. I mean, I guess you are because you did play the Warcraft 3 mod. So
10 years. I started playing around the same time Fear started playing.
Okay, boomer.
Just saying.
How many TIs have you won?
0.
Yeah. Okay.
There's one very clear factor here between the very difference between Fear and me is that I'm trash. Right. So that's an important.
Well, at least he recognizes it here. But Beastcoast, I think this is going to be a much better start here. Faceless Void Magnus, of course, a great degree of flexibility in the mag. I don't think it was Whisper on the mag, wasn't it? Yeah, no, Stinger. It was Stinger.
Yeah. Whisper does play the mag sometimes, but I think it's much better on Schofield or Stinger particularly, because they like giving Whisper a more impactful hero. Last game though, they gave him Venomancer because they wanted to counter the Void. Yeah, Veno's fine on Whisper. I like Whisper on more mobile heroes though, particularly. I think that's where he excels. The guy's really good at cutting lane, so that's why they banned Leshrac against him every single game. He was really good on the offlane puck. That was fantastic. He likes those heroes particularly. In fact, a little pocket pick that Beastcoast never shows these days because he's trash, but he's actually a Whisper pocket pick. is a Tinker. He plays offlane Tinker.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But that's so crazy. Like they play offlane Silencer, offlane Tinker.
I will say though, Quincy right now, their draft is looking pretty solid all
Very
around.
good draft to begin with.
Yeah, 3 solid
MSS
opening
Moronics,
picks.
ridiculous.
The problem is, of course, it's not very flexible. Right?
No, but they don't like to do that.
No, of course, that's okay. But I'm just saying some teams maybe can and will take advantage of this, right?
Yeah.
Of course, because it's 3 pretty strong heroes. You've got a strong Dispel in there as well. You're not really opening yourself up to anything like a Bat Rider or something like that, right? That can really screw you over once you define your last your bottom 3 in terms of the roster. But Beastcoast with the Maiden, you're surprised about this. Tell me your initial reaction to this.
Well, usually they don't pick a 5 like this. They usually flex something into the 5. They're like, oh, it's Lardar this time as a support, you know? Like the joke I always made is like, what's a flex hero to a normal team? Oh, like maybe Ember, maybe Void Spirit, and you ask Beastcoast like, well, the Nyx Assassin, the Silencer, these are flex heroes. Like, what the fuck?
Disruptor.
Mid, I remember that one. Yeah.
That was when you fell out of your chair.
Yep, Troll Warlord plus Oracle. Quincy Crew's going for their bread and butter. The Troll Warlord Yawar, incredible. SVG on the Oracle.
Yeah, Troll Oracle is...
The Crystal Maiden, of course, was picked up to counter the Beastmaster, so it was a really good pickup here. But the Beastmaster should still be fine unless it's a monstrous Beastmaster. Like, these are all comfort picks for Quincy Crew.
It does well to counter the lane, right, is what you mean, because you can do very... You can
general, though.
You can clear the boars very nicely with Frost. But yeah, but you can... Yeah, I get what
because you can always
saying.
frostbite one of his creeps, and Beastmaster likes to go for the zoo. You might have to opt for another zoo build because of the Crystal Maiden.
That's true. You might have to, And we'll see. We have seen already in this tournament, actually, Beastmaster against a Train Protector, just max instead the axes, the wild axes. Brax. So we'll see here what Quincy decide. Maybe they're going to change it up here to try and mess with the CM playstyle. But
Watch Beastcoast flex the CM to 3.
The thing is, it could be. We do have some pretty serious problems right now that Beastcoast do need to address here. With Oracle Troll is not a very easy combo to outplay.
Not with Void.
Nope, not with Void. You do have a root at least to try and keep him locked down, assuming he ultis before. There we go. A better pick, but I see maybe too many supports.
I think that might be a Winter Wyvern offlane, or it could be a Magnus offlane, either or.
Yeah, either. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Almost certainly a Maiden 5.
I know it sounds like I'm trolling when I say Winter Wyvern offlane, but Beastcoast has done this.
No. And honestly, it's not that bad of a pick, to be honest, right? Because now the Wyvern, Winter Curse, you can actually do full damage to your targets in the curse. So sometimes you see like a blade, not a blade mail, not a Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, but not the Orchid first, right?
Okay, sure.
For the soul burn damage, because your Arctic Curse is insane, or Arctic Burn rather, is insane, and Winter's Curse allows you to solo kill almost everyone in the game. Of course, the exception is if you have a false promise, you're not gonna die.
What I like from Beastcoast is that one thing they wanted to mitigate from the last game, is that last game they felt without options because they lacked so much team fight. The team fight was essentially in one hero, which was the Earthshaker, and occasionally Magnus 5 that would get a good RP, but that was a tall order for the Magnus 5. This time though, with a Winter Wyvern, with a Magnus, with a Void, you have counter initiation and initiation for days, and this is the best way to deal with the Oracle counter to the Void, because Oracle will just make the Void Chrono useless most of the time, right? But if you use the False Promise in the Chrono, you get punished with a RP, you might get punished for the Winter's Curse. Like, this is a game where actually, personally, I would rather they run the Magnus offlane and they run the Winter Wyvern 4.
I agree.
Because that gives Magnus more initiating potential.
And I think we need the Wyvern realistically to almost just Winter's Curse supports when the Chronos drop. Because almost always you see Wyvern's like one of the better counters to the Faceless Void, because he just always wreck his Chrono. You just ult him in the Chrono.
Oh, I see. You mean like ignore the Chrono.
Ignore the Chrono, go behind, find that Oracle, fucking ult him.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I agree.
If the Oracle's not in the Chrono.
Or ult something around Chrono.
Ult something around Chrono, right? Because exactly. You cannot let Oracle reach the Chronosphere, because Oracle wrecks it almost 2 ways for sure. I mean, maybe even 3, right? False Promise to save his allies, but of course, Fate's Edict, not Fate. It is Fate's Edict. Yeah, Diabolic Edict is Leshrac. Fate's Edict is a disarm, which can be dispelled.
Yep.
But then you have to use like a mat style to do damage in your Chrono. That sucks. No one wants to do that.
Oh, they ban offlaners. Okay, so they think it's Chris Luck playing the Magnus then, which I think is correct actually. Yeah, because if you run the Magnus as the offlaner, it's going to be a really tough lane. Oh, maybe not.
Okay, maybe not. A lot of flexibility here.
A lot of flexibility. Considering it's Beastcoast, everything is flexed.
Okay, give me your lineup here.
What I think?
I'll give you a chance. Let's see the last pick. Let's see the last pick, because I think Beastcoast even, it's unfair for me to do that, because I think they're going to know. I'm not going to put you on the spot like that. That's unfair. I apologize.
I mean, I'm going to mess it up no matter what. What is the mid? I mean, what does Quincy Crew have mid here? Like, do you assume it's the Magnus mid or the Lina mid? Because we have seen Lina offlane as well, not only here, but in general. Actually, I saw recently Brain was playing it a lot on Skylark. I've seen even Viking GG run this. Like in Europe, it's been actually kind of popular.
I think maybe TA.
I don't like the TA versus Lina pick, if I'm honest though.
Versus Lina?
I don't like the TA versus Lina. You just put Lina. Mid.
Yeah. I mean, I think
TA versus Magna is pretty good though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You force the Mag off lane. Because then Lina mid is like, it's whatever. We got Oracle Troll to run at her. We got Beastmaster.
Can you afford to, I think maybe, you know, the two Spirit Brothers are actually kind of fine here.
Which ones? Storm and Void Spirit?
Yeah, because those are the ones that are left.
Yeah.
Void Spirit is actually better, I would argue, but Storm is not bad if you want to catch the Winter Wyvern in the backlines and you stop the Crystal Maiden. They lack kind of reliable stuns, but Quincy Crew might want a faster hero, hence the Void Spirit. However, Quinn plays he plays a really mean Storm.
He does, but he's really good on the Spirits, I agree. I don't know, I still kind of like the TA. Against the Lina, it's not fantastic. You don't die, you don't win the lane, and then you just go into the jungle and farm. Okay, something much different.
It's actually really good against Magnus and Lina. Now, I actually saw Secret picking up a DK today, so it's not the worst hero in the world.
All right, don't look.
No, I mean, I saw it already.
You cheated.
All right, yeah, this is what I was expecting. I mean, the thing is, it sucks to have the Magnus off lane versus Troll and Oracle. I question how effective this pick can be, because that lane is quite strong. Troll is a really strong laner, and Skullfield on Winter Wyvern. Winter Wyvern is really weak doing that, so you don't get much advantage there. This is a very standard dread lineup of Beastcoast. I'm actually surprised. No weird flexes, no awesome counter picks. And the Lina got pretty heavy counter by the DK. I was even expecting maybe to run the Magnus. Well, I guess the Breathe Fire is a bit too annoying. Yeah, I mean, I think Quincy Crew still wins this draft, though. I mean, you have a solid draft by Beastcoast, much more solid than last time, and definitely not an odd draft, I don't think, to guess. But Quincy Crew has a really, really good draft themselves, and comfort picks in general, and a way to counter the Void in your general team fight. The thing is, they have to play this quick, but they have enough pushing power to play this really quick.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they push really, really nicely too, don't they?
All their cores push. I like Quincy Crew a bit more. I think that offlane's a bit weak, honestly.
They offlane to Beastcoast, you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I don't know. Wyvern. I mean, of course, Whisper with the not magazine with the costume on the Magnus is going to be actually kind of strong here with the Wyvern. I think they got a lot of slows, decent kill potential there, but who knows? Who knows? You guys are watching. I got to rhyme this time.
Is it actually a rhyme?
It's actually a rhyme. The cadence is shit, but it's okay. You guys are watching Quincy Crew versus Beastcoast. Yeah, okay, rhymes. Why don't you give us your host? No shit, I fucked up. Why don't you give us a follow to your gracious host?
This guy out. What is this?
Give a follow to your gracious host.
Almost had it. It was so close. I even saw where you were going with it. God damn it. God damn it. The meme with the tournament.
I am shocked.
Run like the dogs you are.
Thirty seconds to battle.
It's been a fun day. Beastcoast make sure that's the case, of course. They're gonna go for SVG up top, by the way, and he already wasted the Fortune's End. Oh yes, this is from last game. You deserve it, SVG. Wait, they didn't get the first one to Whisper. That's a great way to equalize this lane, honestly. Yeah, because Magnus is a bit similar to a Slardar in the lane. A bit more secure than a Slardar, but you'd usually want a good lane from an offlane Magnus to actually take advantage of him. Honestly, with the first blood, it might mitigate whatever they can do in the lane. You'll still farm a bit, just not very well, and he already went for the Shockwave level 1. I like it from Whisper. He's gonna play defensive lane here. Yeah. What sucks though is the middle lane for Beastcoast. The Lina does nothing against DK. DK just tanks all your damage. And as Lina, the best thing you could do is attempt to stop Quinn from farming by stunning him at the right time.
Nay.
Spoil that shot.
least DK won't be able to stop the Lina from farming too much, right? Or shouldn't. And in general, I mean, yeah, if you just Lester Gray like that, exactly, you should be able to just at least farm somewhat. And then kick the lean. I mean, you're not going to kick the lean out, but you're going to at least be able to mitigate the advantage that a DK naturally has by being a melee hero. And that's the role as a lean in this game. Your harassment is falling on armored HP. He has one of the best base attack times in the game. In fact, that's why I always explain the story that when he came out in Dota 1, that was towards the end of Dota 1's life cycle. Actually, Dota 2 was already out, but people were still playing Dota 1 regularly, and everyone started playing with a carry with Maelstrom. And I'm like, please, guys. Because back in Dota 1, everything was a carry. In fact, back in the day, the way you decided who was supporting in the lane was who was the intelligence hero. So Storm support was quite common. Yeah. People didn't know how to play back then. There was no understanding of how the game worked.
Not while I'm around.
Yeah. It's incredible how much they like people in general have advanced, and even the general Dota knowledge. Like you'll find people out of 3K right now that have a Dota knowledge that is immense for what it used to be, right? Like pros back in the day were not as good as some 3Ks these days, you know? Like mechanically, yes, but in terms of knowledge and tactics, because there's so much thing has been discovered about this game.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Yep, exactly. That's nice though, because that means that Dota can get higher and higher level, right? That's why every year you see these crazy plays. You go, how could you even come up with this? That's true.
Denied.
Yeah, for sure. In the bottom lane, they are dealing with it less nicely. They didn't go for the Axis build. They actually did go for the Pores build. And it's not like when you go with the Chen or Enchantress, because Chen and Enchantress take your Pores. Here, there's no point to not just raise the Pores. And then Stinger, well, if he wants to waste Frostbite against it, sure. He's still going to secure Ector's lane, but that middle lane is the real big issue. Oh no, Chris Luck, you're actually going for the rune here alone. Yeah, he probably is. That's way too easy. He got way too cocky against a DK. Was not expecting the Oracle to rotate, I guess, but yeah, they rotated both supports. Yeah.
No.
The prize is mine.
Reach my matriarch with pride.
The lanes are really difficult right now. It's honestly, I didn't see a chance for them winning. I mean, I was actually expecting them to win the bottom lane, I'll be honest, because I thought the Crystal would be better against Beastmaster, but apparently not, especially if Lelis is playing it. And also Mirana, of course, helps a lot to harass Face's Void. It's just really tough for them. They have to make this game back in the mid game. That's the mid game power spy they're going to be playing around, particularly with the Magnus, with the Void, just so much team fight. There is something there, but Quincy crew, they're the experts of snowballing from lanes, right? So it's always dangerous to see them do this. Yep. Yep, propose.
Illusion.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
the
middle
boards are
tower
annoying
is
Stinger
under
up in here in the
attack.
bottom lane, and Hector is actually forced to deal with those boards. That sucks. The frostbite not enough. Oh wow, Lelis even denies it. This guy's so good. This guy's really good on the Beastmaster, dude. I told you, there's a bunch of comfort picks for Quincy crew, and they're a really solid team as well. Hector finally, though, is winning, or at least even in the last war against the Troll, which is what I was expecting. I was surprised that Lelis had so much domination early. That's the Mirana effect.
Yes.
An end of an age.
Frozen waste.
Well, not the poison, just the auto attacks. Poison doesn't deal damage. Remember, guys, not all poison kills. Some poison just makes you go slow. Like, Boar is essentially just giving you a laxative, and you're like, oh, I feel a bit. I gotta go to the bathroom. Anyway, Schofield. Let's see. I don't know if they can kill him. That Dragon Tail. Wow, that is not the range of that ability, even with Dragon. What is this? I think that was an extra hatred because you're Dragon versus
Radiant's
Wyvern,
middle tower is
but
under
that should
attack.
not have happened. That was one of those
Dire's top
situations
tower
where.
is under attack. Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is
Nice.
under attack.
And now it's starting to become difficult though, because Lelis has much more advantage with the down. Oh, mid lane RP, yeah. I don't know if they can kill him though. Honestly, it's a tanky Dragon Knight. Can they have any other stun? Nope. And bottom lane, they take Stinger, and as a result, they're gonna push a tower. Look how early Quincy rotates their carry. That's very rare to see when you have a Beastmaster in the off lane, but it is really common to see if you have Quincy crew and they're running the Troll, because they want to push and shorten this match as soon as possible, and they want to shorten your map as well. And that's what they do. They're really good at getting map
Radiant's
control.
bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Come back and die again.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ally.
Radiant
You know, the build,
structures
by the way,
are
for the Winter
fortified.
Wyvern. She has an Etherland's recipe. I've never seen you start the build by the recipe. He must have bought it because he was about to die, and then, you know, just wanted to save gold.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Wow. Yeah, what a fantastic Crystal Maiden. This is what shows what real Crystal Maiden can do, right? Real Crystal Maidens, they deny towers.
Radiant structures are
But this is the
fortified.
pushing power we talked about in the draft. It's scary to play against a draft that has good pushing power and also really good lane, or they beat you in all lanes, because you need to answer this somehow. I guess you have some nice lane control, particularly with the Lina and the Magnus, but it's tough regardless. Chris Luck can get found out. There's the arrow, breathe fire, and goodbye, Chris Luck.
You fought and died with honor.
No, Yawar wants to go for a solo kill here, Schofield. He's waiting for the trees to break. Oh, no, Yawar, you got stuck, dude. You got stuck, Schofield. Play with you. Exactly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's a very
Prize
good.
is mine.
I would argue this game actually is a bit more difficult than the last one just because of the lanes. You have to survive this early game. I don't know what he was doing. Stinger. Yeah, farming ancient. I mean, he did stop the Beastmaster from farming. I think that was the purpose, but there was no way you're killing Lelis. He didn't have proper roar. He could have just mowed him down though. If he didn't use freezing field, didn't get the extra armor, he could have just killed him. So I think that was the idea. Yeah. Because he didn't have primal roar, of course. So they're gonna go for Hector though. He has Corona though.
Haste!
There's a smoke now coming in from Quincy crew. They have the Elder Dragon.
Radiant are scanning.
There we go. With the Dragon Tail, can they secure? Oh, yes, perfect arrow. There's the confidence I was missing from Quincy when I watched them against Thunder. That's back. This is the kind of Quincy I remember a lot. They go for these plays, they trust each other, they set up Dragon Tail for the arrow. It's really simple, but you can easily tell then when the team is starting to falter motivationally, right? Their morale is back to normal, it seems like at least. That last game against Beastcoast they must have enjoyed that. Chris Luck.
It's the nature of the beast.
You have learned nothing.
Yep. No, because they have a composition to make sure that they can get kills and towers after winning those lanes. So they actually take advantage of these one lanes. It's just Quincy excels at that. That's their style. It's been their style for forever. You know, they're a team that usually were known for not making many mistakes. Let's forget the last couple of days. They play the lanes really strongly. They go and snowball from these lanes, and it's hard to stop them because they're always the first one to propose. But they knew that because they were such a consistent team that they could propose early and always win just based on tempo. Well, now we're seeing them back to full form. Of course, though, Beastcoast, they are the experts of mid-game. They're also the expert time waste. I would say the best team at wasting time in all of America.
Radiant's
So
bottom tower is under
give
attack.
Schofield a bit more time. Let's see what he does this game. Yeah, not yet, though. They like the damage, though. That's the thing. If you have initiation, great. You have a bunch of lockdown, but you like the damage because we were kind of relying on Lina at least doing okay in the lane. But since they picked up a TK, they countered it pretty hard. Gonna find Whisper again. Beautiful arrow. Yeah. No, Hector comes with the chrono, but a bit too late. Well, he still have enough damage. The freezing field is used. They go for Quinn, but okay. Did he cancel? Yeah, I'm not sure what that happened.
Radiant's top tower is
I think he
under
misclicked.
attack.
Must have misclicked. I don't see any other reason to stop that freezing field. That was a good initiation if it wasn't for that. Nice arrow though, man, it says. I don't think they would have killed Quinn. They would have certainly harassed him. Maybe he's stopped it because he was afraid that an arrow. I'm not sure. I think it might have just been a misclick. Oh yeah, you're right. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see Lelis going for Blink Dagger, by the way. Very good to continue getting those pickoffs. They go for the CM, the arrow. CM will fall immediately. Winter's Curse, though, kills the Oracle a second time. This could set up for a chrono. They just had it, though, but they just used it. They still have the RP. Trying to go for Quinn. RP. Okay, with the Laguna play, they have enough damage. They bring him up to the high ground. Quinn takes a while to die, but eventually does fall. That Lightstrike Ray stops your war. A well-timed. Yeah, nice Hector. I got it, boys. No loose arrows in this neighborhood, that's very important. Lelis, it still has the promo roar though, so if they make a mistake, there we go. Oh, He should have blinked to the high ground. Instead, lost high ground. And Lelis could be in trouble now as Whisper wants to skewer him forward. There we go. And Lelis has to use the Primal Roar. Stops Whisper for a second. Can he just get the cleave? No, the Cold Embrace stops him from getting the hit. I mean, I don't think he might have... I think he was hitting the boar there and the cleave... No.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's tough to say. It's tough to say that one. That was a bit... It's okay. You didn't kill the Beastmaster. He wasted Primal Roar. I think it's fine. You killed the DK. That's your hardest hero. And you're starting to flex your teamfight muscles, right?
Haste.
Wait, is that... Guys, please chill in chat. We see a lot of it listening. I understand a lot of people lost bets. We're sorry, but the only person to blame is really yourself, though. So. Beastcoast didn't ask you to bet anyway. Actually, they didn't. They might have asked you to bet on Betway. Anyway.
Dire are scanning. Radiant structures are fortified.
The prize is mine.
We'll see. Beastcoast, they really can't force fights like they would usually. Like when you're a 5-on-5 engagement, or when you're 5-on-5, it's better than the enemy team. You try to like go for objectives, and then the enemy team fights you. You just beat them by team fighting, right? So you usually get a free objective many times if the enemy team is not ready to fight. Because this game you're already relatively far behind, Quincy can just flank these objectives, take a quick kill, and then fight you afterwards with the number superiority, and then they'll win. So it's not quite easy there. We need to have another option for Beastcoast. Vector actually went for the Sanjay and Yasha this game, and it's crazy how this guy still farms. There's no farming on him whatsoever, and he'd actually be in the DK. Really respectable, honestly. Hector, people are right. He has an ingrained blindness. Oh, he might fight Quinn. I think they can with a skewer. Oh, nice Dragon Tail to prevent the skewer, but they still root him. The Fortune's End to prevent the root. And the Core of the Oracle. That's the best target. Evading the arrow, and SPG will fall. Lelis though with a Primal Roar. Here's the Winter's Curse. Look at this team fight. Beastcoast are such strong team fight, but unfortunately they've used all their spells now. Stinger's forced to Freezing Field so that the enemy team, so the rest of his team, can retreat. And Schofield and Stinger will be the sacrificial lambs of these engagements. Well, because then they're like, oh, well, he's dead to the arrow anyway. He had to Cold Embrace, because there was an arrow flying towards him. Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Not an arrow, like a little auto attack, sorry. I meant to say like the Mirana little arrows. That's the Oracle. No, he did use Laguna on the Oracle, yeah. Yeah, like, I'm telling you, they have good team fight, but when you lack the damage early because your lanes didn't go too well, it's hard to fight. When you're a mid-game lineup, you don't want to get into the mid-game with a disadvantage. You want to go with either slight disadvantage or even, of course. You don't mean to win the lanes, you don't really care about that. But of course, if it's a heavy disadvantage, the enemy team has way too many items and way too many levels for your team fight abilities to be as impactful. It's still doable, they can still turn this around for sure, but Quincy Crew is a bit of a tall order right now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What?
Radiant's top tower has fallen. Moments ago.
Doesn't that mean that someone's like really attractive when you say that?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, it just means that someone is... Oh yeah, generally long leg, tall, and very attractive. You need to improve your language, dude. Yeah, that's what it means. Calling someone a tall glass of water. No, that's what it is. That's what it means. People say it in like 80s movies and stuff. Anyway, Whisper. He might be caught out here with a smoke.
Under attack.
If not, they could always go for towers, of course. They have a ward there. Yeah, Primal Roar. They have the ward. They set up for the arrow. Good arrow, but the RP prevents the initiation from Quincy Crew. Gets Schofield divided. He does with the Winter's Curse. They force immediately a ward to battle trance, and they're keeping Oracle dead, actually. Really well played here. Stinger with a Freezing Field, forced to be stopped by the Dragon Tail. That's a waste of a Dragon Tail, only in a CM support. And she's like, sure, fight me. Look at me. I am barely a Dragon. Oh, no, she died. Goodbye. Yeah, BKB was too powerful.
Radiant's
Their
middle
team fight's still
tower
on
is
point
under
though. That was a
attack.
good fight. Winter's Curse to divide them,
Radiant
killing the Oracle
structures
immediately.
are
They keep him stunned and then kill him. And you even survive on Hector and on Chris Luck. Hector was dead otherwise, right? So that was a good fight, especially Stinger. Really taking advantage of this Crystal Maiden. But that BKB kind of... I mean, they forced the 10-second BKB on the CM. I think that's kind of a win in your book. Yeah, I don't know. He stayed behind. He had a... Oh no, this is Beastcoast worked. Yeah, no, I don't... Yeah, I'm not really sure. That was on. That was on. Eh, whatever. We just gloss over it. Sometimes people, these things happen. I'm not really sure entirely. We didn't see the full play, so it's hard to understand his mentality behind it, right? Yeah, same. Me too. Hector, he has to get away with the time block. He has Chrono, by the way. He didn't have to use it in the last engagement, which could be initiation. He has a decent amount of damage in SNY.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, it's the Loda build when he still played this year.
Under attack.
When back when Loda still played, and Echo Saber was introduced into the game, and they used to run him on Void, right? Because he used to play carry still. And he actually was the first person I ever saw to run Echo Saber Void. He used to go Midas Echo. And it became kind of popular in Europe for like a month. Exactly. And he's farming decently thanks to the Empower. Mind you, the Empower wasn't maxed until later. They actually maxed Shockwave the lane, so it's still just Hector being really on point.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oracle's dead again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Very nice. Very nice, dude. They're playing exactly as they should. Honestly, they're killing the Oracle first to make sure the Chrono's easier. These freezing fields by Stinger have been on point, right? Because Quincy doesn't have a single area stun. That's what I always talk about, right? They don't have a single area stun, so you have to waste a stun on a stupid Crystal Maiden. You hate doing that. Either Dragon Tail, Primal Roar, or an arrow on the Crystal Maiden, because everything else you have is roots, and those stuns are so valuable. So the freezing fields have been on point this game to make sure that Stinger is always a nuisance here. I don't think they can kill Yawar, right? The two sisters. Yawar is hot and he's cold. He's yes and he's no. He's still alive. Oracle will heal him back up. Yep. Guys, they're also not playing in SSR, by the way. With the American teams, they play 2 USCs. There's always a ping advantage for Quincy. Oh, that's why they won, by the way, last game. But...
Radiant are scattered.
The prize is mine.
It's pretty decent right now. I mean, the 5-on-5 engagement is still an advantage. Quincy should be looking for smokes and trying to divide them, obviously, in these team fights. But you have so many team fight ultimates you have to deal with. It's very difficult. Okay, let's see. We see an arrow, not just for the... I also very much like the build here for Faceless Void. I think the Sanjin Yasha was fantastic because you can disassemble later, of course, but in the beginning it's a really good mid-game item that can allow you to transition to the late game and prevent Quincy from pushing you too quick. And the Echo Saber is actually a fair source of damage in the Chrono. A bit safer than Mask Menace, I would argue. So, much better when you have this power.
Regeneration.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You are?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Queen has to pause. This can't be, guys. Why is CM denying all the towers? Why is Stinger dealing this much damage? This is not allowed. No, I actually don't know why they pause. I love it as well because this is the first... Oh, TeamSpeak? Oh, I have it muted. Oh. Because I mute everyone that uses too many voice lines when I do replay analysis, and I guess I replayed analysis Quincy crew yesterday. It's not because of that, dude. Because of the voice lines. Exactly. I love Quincy crews. TCNC is my best friend. Yeah, they're gonna be able to. I mean, honestly, with this Roche, Beastcoast's already drawing on the map, and this might be that they're actually drawing for tactics, or they might be that they're drawing just to troll the casters, which they also do, by the way. Anyway, Quincy crew, I think if they can get a pick off before Roche, to be honest, they just position themselves properly. I think most of these team fights, it's going to be a bit difficult for Quincy crew to just fight them head on. So you have to try to flank them, try to get those pickoffs, and it is not impossible, especially when you're playing on the enemy triangle. And nice, very good. And Quinn. Oh, this is looking bad now.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Well played, Beastcoast. This time, of course, the mistake, I don't want to call it a mistake, but the well played, I guess, by Quincy crew is that Oracle was not killed first, right? So you got a really good false promise there. And we saw now why people that were laughing at Beastcoast in the chat, we see why they killed the Oracle all the time. Because he's the most important hero in this cast, in this game. This cast, he's the most important hero. Oh, that's all I'm concentrating on. That's why last game they were going for SVG the whole time, right? They understand SVG is the most important hero. Yeah. Exactly. Without him, they just really can't deal with the Troll Warlord reliably. However, I was surprised by the amount of damage Beastcoast could put out. I didn't think he was going to fall after the false promise, especially with the battle trends. That's incredibly impressive. So, I particularly like that Quincy crew played a bit more safely with their Oracle here. However, Yeah, the Team Beastcoast recovering little by little. Lena's now second net worth. Void is fourth. Not too far out from the TK. They're getting decent kills. And I also like that Schofield has decided to become more of a 4-3-ish this game. And they've left Whisper just with the Blink Dagger. Because this Winter Wyvern can be really impactful with that. That's kind of similar. I could see that. Nah, it's okay, dude. We're never gonna change the first glance value of heroes. Anyway, let's see if Quincy. I mean, with this Roshan, can they push the high ground? I mean, Cheese now on Quinn makes it much harder to kill. He's been caught out every single time with the RP, though. They're concentrating on displacing Quinn, which is very smart because Quinn, of course, is the tankiest hero. But I think the Cheese will prevent him from dying in the high ground, and that will allow Quincy crew to dive after him, which they've tried to do every single time.
Is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant are scanning.
This is the perfect initiation, though, for Quincy, because you're catching them from behind. The Oracle will be in a really good position. Yeah, you have the high gun as well. Okay, that's here an RP. Oh no, without the RP, this is a blunder. Now they can take advantage of this. Look at what Chris Luck is. They used the Chrono only on the Oracle, but Chris Luck almost died alone. They're actually leading him. There we go. MSS finally finishing him off. Lelis, they don't really care. They have the Orchid here for the poor Basis Void, and he's alone. There's no teammates around. That RP was a blunder, but the smoke was too good for Quincy crew. Beastcoast. They were slowly inching back into this game, but Quincy crew is capable of bringing them, smacking them back down. And Chrono for the Oracle would have worked earlier when you had the extra team fight. When you lose the RP, when you lose the Winter Wyvern this early, it's just not possible. You can't afford to do that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle barracks are under
it's not going to
attack.
happen.
Radiant's middle
They
barracks
destroy the range racks and the melee racks super
Radiant's
easily, and they go for the top lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This is another power of the pushing power in Quincy crew, right? Whenever you get a team fight, you can turn this team fight into so many more objectives. Yeah, Beastcoast has great team fights. Their team fights are easier to execute, great. But how do you push afterwards? You just don't have it. So Quincy crew is capable of taking 2 lanes of racks in a simple win. And this is going to make it so much harder to Beastcoast to play until they're playing like they've been playing until now. They can no longer engage properly in these team fights.
Then
Yep.
Radiant are
Well, with this, Quincy crew just needs to bide their time, wait for the next Roshan, and if they guarantee the Aegis for this, I mean, like, you could fight here still, right? You could try to fight again, but I think it's just easier to wait for the next Aegis. You don't have any pressure on you any longer. You're pushing 2 lanes, you have so much more lane control, and now Beastcoast, they have to make something happen with the smoke. The pressure's on them now. there's just no need to go, right? They could take the high ground, but as soon... Oh, okay, Quinn. Is that the right play with the Chrono? They catch him behind and it's the Oracle though! And Schofield's already done for. They thought they had the Chrono onto the Oracle without that. Now it's very difficult to fight. Little Chris Luck immediately stopped and destroyed by the Oracle. And Yawar looking for the kill on Whisper. Might be the last core. They finish off here. Oh, Paletas actually body blocks him a bit. And that time dilation a bit annoying.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Push towers. Nothing to stop him, right? Lena's dead.
Radiant's
There we go.
bottom tower is falling. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fought the Dire.
That's... I think that might be game. I don't think you can defend against Mega Creeps.
Have learned nothing.
Magnetize? What is Magnetize? You mean Empower? Okay. Yeah, I was wondering what the Earth Spirit was this game. That's okay, it's fine. Yawar, let's see if we can find Hector. Win. Has BKB ready. He can still walk away. He still has cheese as well, reserves from the last Roshan. Okay, I mean, you're not really going to kill the DK, but you can try. Yawar comes by, activates BKB, Battle Trance. Time to go for Hector. Yeah, the Golden Bricks will give you a bit of space, but these are stacking the Fervor stacks. Now with the RP, they can skewer him back into the fountain. There we go. Kill off the Troll Warlord, but the 4 other members of Quincy crew are still alive, and Beastcoast can't do much against them. You still lost the Void in the process, by the way. Beastcoast plays till the end, though.
Radiant's middle tower is falling. Radiant's Ancient is under attack. Dire victory.
Yeah, we said it in the right after the draft, right? Like I was trying to hype up Beastcoast because they had a really good team fight, and of course you have to look at the strengths of Beastcoast lineup. But if you lose lanes against a